Look at a wave. It rises from the ocean, takes a shape, moves across the surface, and eventually disappears. It appears to have its own life, its own beginning, its own movement, its own ending. But ask the wave a deeper question. What are you? The wave may say, I am a wave, but the ocean knows something the wave has forgotten. The wave is not separate from the ocean. It is the ocean appearing as a wave. Perhaps this is the mystery of our existence. There is only one presence appearing as countless forms, one awareness appearing as you, as me, as every living being. Appearances are many, but the presence is one. Look at yourself. You have a name, a body, a personality, a history, desires, fears, memories, dreams. All of these make up what you call me. But notice something very simple. All of these are changing. Your body changes, your thoughts change, your emotions change, your beliefs change, even your personality changes. But something is present through all these changes. Something is here before the next thought appears and remains here after that thought disappears. That presence has no personal history. It simply is. This is the distinction between appearance and presence. Appearance is personal, finite, and changing. Presence is not limited to any particular appearance. The wave has a particular shape, but the ocean has no single shape. The wave moves through time and space. The ocean is already present wherever the wave appears. When you identify completely with your appearance, life becomes a journey of becoming. I need to get there. I need to achieve this. I need to become someone. I will be complete when I finally arrive. But notice what it creates. There is always a distance between where you are and where you think you should be. That distance creates a psychological time. You are here, happiness is there. You are here, freedom is there. You are here, awakening is there. So you begin to move towards something you think you do not yet possess. This movement may be necessary in the outer world, but inwardly it can become endless suffering. Because the mind is constantly trying to arrive at a place where it believes it will finally be complete. But the ocean does not have to travel to become the ocean. It is already whole. The wave does not need to stop as being a wave. It only needs to recognize what it is made of. And this is where the awakening begins. Not by destroying the personality, not by escaping the world, not by becoming someone extraordinary, but by discovering what is present before the personality says, I am this. Imagine looking into a room through a tiny keyhole. You may see something, perhaps a chair, perhaps a window, perhaps a small portion of the floor. But because your vision is limited, You may unconsciously assume that what you see represents the entire room. The room is not limited, your viewpoint is. This is what happens when consciousness completely identified to the personality. You look at existence through a tiny keyhole of me. My body, my problems, my past, my future, my success, my failure, and then you call this narrow view reality. But when the identification loosens, it is as though the door opens. You step into a room. The room has not changed. Your vision has changed. This is the movement from appearance to presence, from personality to universality. And then something remarkable begins to happen. The faculties of your being, perception, intelligence, love, creativity, intuition, are no longer operating entirely from the narrow center of me. They become less defensive, less contracted, less concerned with protecting the imaginary boundary. Your perception becomes wider, your intelligence becomes quieter, love becomes less conditional. So you begin to see life without placing yourself at the center of everything. This is not the personality becoming infinite. It is the recognition that presence was never confined to the personality. The wave remains as a wave, but it knows itself as ocean. Now consider the deepest part. The wave is born, the wave dies. But what about the ocean? The ocean does not experience the birth and death of wave as its own birth and death. The form changes, but presence remains. So perhaps the real question is not how can I become immortal? Perhaps the deepest question is who is it that I am? Are you only the changing appearance, or are you the presence in which appearance comes and goes? Don't rush to answer it. Feel your breath. Feel your body sitting here. Notice a thought arising. Notice it disappearing. Notice an emotion moves through you. Now notice you are aware of all of it. Don't turn this into philosophy. Look closely, right now, before the next thought, what is here? There is only presence, still, unpossessed, without imaginary boundary. Perhaps this is what liberation means. The wave discovers I am not merely the temporary form. I am the ocean appearing as a form. Perhaps your deepest realization is the same. You are not merely an appearance. You are the presence in which it appears. Many forms, many lives, many stories, many waves, but one ocean, one presence. And when you recognize that presence, not merely as an idea, but as your immediate reality, then search comes to an end. Because you finally see what you were trying to reach was already here. Thank you for being here. Stay tuned, and until the next video, keep diving within.